following is a presentation of the National Sim Racing League of America. Enjoy the race. Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is qualifying for race number 23 in season number 7 of the NRLOA Chick-Fil-A Cup Series. Of course, we begin with uncharted qualifying from the Kentucky Speedway, and no, this race is not going to be lousy tomorrow night. It's going to be a good one. This version of the Kentucky Speedway sees some very interesting racing, so definitely stick around for it. It's going to be a good one. Going to be the third ever event here from the Kentucky Speedway in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series. And we're going to end up having both our defending winners of this race in the field tomorrow as well. But we begin with uncharted qualifying. As always, top two fastest advance on to the main event. We begin off with Colton Yohe in the number 36, driving for American Motorsports. Cameron Gadue is in the 67 for North State this weekend. And so far, they're the only two drivers out on the racetrack here in uncharted qualifying. A very wide racetrack, very flat racetrack as well. A very fun place to come to. Kind of unique for the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series, but they go 3 and 4 wide constantly here. It's a little bit like Auto Club, only they spread out a little bit more, and the track's 1.5 miles and not 2 miles. So, you know, check out some past races from this place. It's pretty good, and I'm looking forward to this race, especially it being part of the chase. It's definitely going to shake up the field tremendously, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it all goes down. I know that's all I ever say, but whatever. Matt Tuck, who has won this season's in the 98, won at Pocono earlier this year, and fascinatingly enough, only Cookie Helms is the only driver this year to win a race in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series and the Turkey Hill Series. Alex Bonchino and Matt Tuck are both winless in the Turkey Hill Series at this point. Turkey Hill Series is off this weekend, in case you didn't realize that. You probably didn't, because this is, I think, the first thing that's going up this whole entire weekend. But, yeah, it's Turkey Hill Series, their last off week, and then it's a straight shot to the finish for those guys. It's a straight shot to the finish for Chick-Fil-A Cup Series, a race every week until we crown a champion mid-September at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Cookie Helms is not in the 18. It's Tyson Conway, who I believe finished second at the Darlington Raceway last weekend. Dale Salzmann is in the 74. He won that race at Darlington in the Turkey Hill Series. A very solid performance out of him at that racetrack. Number 97 is Micah Knapp this weekend. And in the 85 machine is Nick Smith, who I believe is third in the points in the Turkey Hill Series. And then the last one is Sebastian Cucalon, who's only 1 point off of Alex Bonchino in the points over in the Turkey Hill Series. So, those are the 8 guys looking to get into the show for the Tire Rack 400 tomorrow night. Of course, they advance on and also qualify for the other 40 full-time drivers here in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series. Number 67 right now fastest, Cameron Gadue. He's got a bit of a draft here on Colton Yohe, so that's definitely a huge factor. I mean, all these tracks that we go to, most of them, that draft is very significant, and it's actually a good thing. Most places, dirty air would not be a good thing, but it's kind of the opposite for these Chick-Fil-A Cup Series machines. So we're seeing out of Cameron Gadue as he's the fastest guy right now here at the Kentucky Speedway. And Colton Yohe's second fastest, so at the moment to be those two drivers racing in tomorrow night's Tire Rack 400 here from Kentucky. Bit of a shorter race, only 54 laps here, so it will go by rather quickly, especially compared to last week's race at Darlington. Time-wise, that was the longest race we've had all season. Had 4 wrecks in that thing, and the whole entire video was over an hour long. It's not going to be the case tomorrow night with this race from Kentucky, at least it shouldn't be. But either way, like I said, it's going to be a lot better than what Kentucky is in real life. We get great racing here at this version of Kentucky, and I love it. And next season, it is planned for this race to be the last race before the chase. So that's how good Kentucky is. It's good enough to be the last race before the chase for us next year. But either way, not much going on for the rest of the field except these two guys. Gadue made a pass on Colton Yohe. That's showing a lot of strength out of that 67 this weekend. And it does appear that he will qualify onto the Tire Rack 400, along with the 36 machine of Colton Yohe. So these two guys the fastest. I think we're going to get 30 more seconds on the clock after this, and then we'll be good to go for the pole qualifying session for the 42-car field here from Kentucky. Number 98 came close, Matt Tuck, who is third. We'll have to see if this lap improves his time. He is drafting on Nick Smith at the moment, and that might give him a top 2 position. We'll have to see if it does. It will not. It did improve the 90 or the 85's time, but not enough to advance on. And it's these two guys with the 2 fastest times. Nobody else has a draft, so I do not see anybody else beating Cameron Gadue and Colton Yohe. So those 2 drivers advancing on. They'll be in tomorrow night's Tire Rack 400 from the Kentucky Speedway. And that's going to do it for the Uncharted qualifying session. So Gadue and Yohe, the 2 guys advancing on. And they will join the other 40 full-time drivers. The battle for the pole here from the Kentucky Speedway. Let's go ahead and see who gets it here from Sparta, Kentucky. And here we are at the Kentucky Speedway. The 3rd race of the chase to qualify for the Tire Rack 400. Tomorrow night's 54-lap race here from the Kentucky Speedway. It's going to be a fun one. And with all these chase drivers looking to get the points in a place where passing is going to happen very frequently. So one lap, you could be, I don't know, top 5, and then 5 laps later you could be outside the top 30. That's how Kentucky is, and that is definitely going to play into the whole chase format. Now, this race, unlike the past 2 chase races, should not be a crash fest. It should be a lot of green flag racing, but they pass pretty fast here at this place, and I'm looking forward to see who gets it done. Daniel McMillan, first guy out on the racetrack, followed by Juan Garcia, Justin Roberts, first chase driver, defending race winner here at Kentucky, Elijah Gordon in the 5. He finished 2nd at Darlington last weekend. Comes into this race tied with John Stewart. Stewart does have the advantage on wins, but Elijah Gordon 18 points behind Stuart Gretton in the points after the first 2 chase races, so that's where he currently stands. There's Jordan Carter, Matt Dalio, who had that very interesting moment at Darlington, and kind of didn't really go on the restart like he should have. I mean, he went on the restart for sure, but he went a little too much, so don't get that. I don't understand that still. But hey, either way, it didn't really affect too much. As a matter of fact, in last week's race, 9 out of the 10 chase drivers finished the event. The only driver who did not finish the event was Brad Stover, and he blew an engine. So nobody got knocked out because of crash damage in that one. John Arndt won this race in Season 5. He's also our defending race winner here in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series. Got the win at Darlington last weekend. So he's coming to a place where he has won before, right after a win. You might want to watch for him possibly winning the Best of the Rest Championship. Kind of the impromptu name for that, if you know what I mean. But he's 14th in the points. We'll have to see if he can get 11th by Homestead. We'll just have to see out of John Arndt. It's been a pretty good season for him either way. Nicholas Samedeo here in the 24. He's one of those chase drivers. There's Nathan Stapleton in the 54. Aaron Walpole, who crashed out again at Darlington. If it were not for all the wrecks he has had this season, he would definitely be a chase driver at this point. There's Diego Yepes. We'll try to check in and see where these chase drivers are as they clock in their times. Highest chase driver right now is, what a surprise, Brad Stover, who has been very, very good in qualifying throughout this season. I think he has the best average finishing position out of any driver. And currently, John Stewart is now the highest chase driver as he just went to the 6th, now 7th position, now 9th. All these guys clocking in times pretty quickly here. Jesse Turner just went to the top of the board in the number 77. Winner at Bristol not too long ago. Turner's been doing pretty well so far in the chase, even though he isn't a chase driver. Got the win at Bristol, and I believe he finished top 10 at Darlington last week. Trey Bartow just took 2nd. How about a little throwback there to those 2 long-time veterans? They've been in every single Chick-Fil-A Cup Series race. And so has this guy, Zachary Fitzwater, just went to the top of the board with Ace Garcia in the 92 right behind him. JoJo Carter, and now the highest chase driver in the field. That is Nicholas Samadeo on the 24, who wrecked out at Bristol. Started off the chase very poorly. Got, I believe, an 11th place finish at Darlington. Comes into this event 37 behind. But that kind of starting position could put him in a great position heading into Chicagoland next weekend. So great run there for the Zidell Motorsports driver of Nicholas Samadeo. And he's got Nathan Stapleton right behind him, who is 6th fastest right now. And the only chase driver currently in the top 10 right now is the number 24 of Nicholas Samadeo. So really good day for him. Tristan Allen just went to the top of the board in the number 2. Very fast run for him. So now it's Tristan Allen, Zachary Fitzwater, Ace Garcia, Jesse Turner, highest rookie, JoJo Carter, Nicholas Samadeo, Nathan Stapleton, Christian Vargas, Trey Bartow, Juan Garcia. So Samadeo there in 6th. Stuart Gratton is 14th as our points leader. Brad Stover is 16th. John Stewart is 19th. Diego Yepes is 26th. Roger Ray is 27th. Elijah Gordon, 28th. Looking through here. Justin Heath is 38th. Michael Canto, 40th. And I didn't see Cody Sill, so we'll try to find Cody Sill. Actually, you know, Cody Sill might be the last guy to complete a lap. So I think I would have noticed him. I mean, he's right there. Luke Rainey so far the only driver not to complete a lap in qualifying. Why can't I find Cody Sill in the list? He's 21st right now, Cody Sill is. And I think we went through all the chase drivers there. So those are all their respective positions. Michael Canto right now last in the chase points, so it's not been a good chase for him so far. Had a good run going for him at Bristol. Qualified very well at Bristol as well. They're not really qualifying too well here at Kentucky. It's a tough break for the number 15. But like I said, this place is a place where, you know, one lap you can be top 5 and 5 laps later can be outside the top 30. The opposite is also true. You can be 30th and then move your way to the top 5 rather quickly here as well. So it's not quite a full-blown pack race like we're going to see with the Indy cars a little bit later. Because they do get spread out, but passing's very easy here, so that definitely is going to make for a very fun show tomorrow night in this event. And Patrick Smith, he's got a very good average starting position this season as well. I believe he's second only behind Brad Stover when it comes to qualifying, and he just went to second on the board, still behind Tristan Allen in the 2, the All-Star race winner from earlier this season. Zachary Fitzwater, Ace Garcia, Jesse Turner, JoJo Carter, chase driver Nicholas Samadeo, Nathan Stapleton, Christian Vargas, and Trey Bartow, the top 10. Stuart Gratton, still the second highest chase driver in 15th. Stover is 17th. John Stewart is 21st. Cody Sill 23rd. Yepes is 28th. Ray is 29th. Elijah Gordon is 30th. Justin Heath is 35th. And then the 15 of Michael Canto is 42nd. Dead last here in qualifying right now, and his teammates not any better. It's Luke Rainey 41st at the moment. Have a couple ties out there, I think. We have a 3-way tie between John Arndt, Cameron Garlington, and Justin Heath. Heath will actually get the tiebreaker on all those guys because he's in the chase. As for Garlington and Arndt, I do believe Garlington has the advantage on the 05. But other than that, I think that's the only tie so far. We still have 2 minutes left here in qualifying, so it's not over yet. But I think those fast times have worn in. So we'll have to see where they all stack up to start for tomorrow's event. Tristan Allen looking to start on the pole here at Kentucky. I know he led a few laps in this race last year. And was one of those guys running up front here in this event. But at the moment, he's the fastest in Kentucky. And looking to win this race from the pole. It's a very hard place to win the race from the pole. As a matter of fact, I don't know. I think Ace Garcia won from the pole at Road America. I know Fitzwater won from the pole at Daytona. But other than those 2 races, I don't think anybody else has won from the pole this season. Stover, I think, won from the pole at Canadian Tire as well. But I think this might be the only 3 races that have been won from the pole. So starting on the pole isn't the greatest thing to do, but it does help you probably get a good points day. And Tristan Allen is fighting to be one of the, he's fighting to try to be the best of the rest. And we'll have to see if he can do that, because he's had a very strong season either way, just barely missed out on the chase. Of course, it was actually Garlington who barely missed out by 1 point. Just think of what could have been if San Mateo finished behind Garlington in that race. We'd be seeing Garlington as a chase driver right now. The Season 3 Chick-Fil-A Cup Series champion has been, I mean, with the exception of his Daytona 500 win last year, has been one of the quietest Chick-Fil-A Cup Series drivers we have seen in recent years. Of course, it really wasn't too quiet when he won that Season 3 championship. Barely edged out Abe Troxel for that one. That was a very thrilling moment in his career. But he, along with Jesse Turner, the only 2 Daytona 500 champions who have won a Chick-Fil-A Cup Series championship as well. So either way, when Garlington finally decides to retire, he will definitely look back at his career as being a very successful one. Tristan Allen still going for his first ever Chick-Fil-A Cup Series victory, and the best place to win a race is from the pole, even though, like I said, it is difficult. I know I just contradicted myself there, but still, I mean, you start first, you don't have to pass anybody, so it's easy, but it's still a little difficult. A lot of these guys are coming down now. Roger Ray trying to get a good run here in the 48. He is still deep in the field, 33rd right now for him. Yepez is still 32nd, and Elijah Gordon is 34th. Justin Heath is 30th, and Michael Canto is still last. We have half of the chase drivers starting lower than 30th. Chase drivers who are above that position, we will see the results right here, include
drivers to your cars.
Nicholas San Mateo will be the highest chase driver starting in the event. Next one in line, Stuart Gratton, who's going to be starting 15th. Brad Stover in 17th. John Stewart in 21st, and Cody Sill in 23rd. And the rest of these guys you see right back in there. Yepez, Ray, and Gordon all back in there. Justin Heath and Michael Canto. So they didn't really get too good of a run in this one. Justin Heath will actually start ahead of John Arndt right there. He'll start 36th. That might be the only tie. Nope. Kinghart and Dalio, got to check in on that one. That one's going to be tight. And I think other than that, Gratton and McMillan, but that'll stay the same because Gratton is in the chase. And I think those are the only ties. So, for the most part, that's how they will line up for tomorrow's race here at the Kentucky Speedway. It's going to be 54 laps of action from the Kentucky Speedway in the Tire Rack 400. And we'll check in and see who gets the victory in the 3rd race of the chase. Who will be the points leader at the end of the day tomorrow night? We'll have to find out. It's going to be a good one from Kentucky. Congratulations to Tristan Allen for winning the pole. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern for the Tire Rack 400. In the meantime, got Indy Lights here on the NRLOA channel coming up very soon, and IndyCar from Kentucky. They're both going to be thrilling races, so definitely check those out. Thank you guys very much for watching. Congratulations to Tristan Allen, and I will see you guys later.